Hello, welcome into the first edition of the Danny Sancomb Show this season. My name is Matt Keifer. I'm the SID here with the California Vulcans, and with me, of course, as always, is head coach. Coach, belated happy Thanksgiving there. But again, a lot of basketball so far already this season for you guys.
A ton. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Now, again, before we start talking about what's happened so far this season, we got a handful of new guys who've been seeing a lot of minutes this season. Let's just talk a little bit about their journey here to the Cal and what they've meant to the program so far. Looking at it, you got number one, Cam Pollock, obviously from Steel Valley, but went to Westchester.
Yeah, Cam's playing very well for us. Shoots the ball well, scores the ball well. Just continues to get better on both ends of the court. Really excited about him. He's going to have a terrific career here for us.
And then a freshman transfer, one of those rare exceptions there, but with the COVID year and redshirting, KJ McClurg here from Morgantown.
Yeah, KJ's been great. He does a little bit of everything. Plays great defense, makes shots, scores the basketball. Another young player who's going to have an outstanding career for us and has really gotten off to a great start.
And off the bench here, your top guy so far has been Caden Hanna, a local Whitfield product who played at La Roche last year and was a conference player of the year, freshman of the year, while at La Roche. Yeah,
Caden just plays extremely hard, really gathering himself, rebounds the basketball, plays good defense, and has the ability to make some shots and score the ball around the basket. And he's been a nice addition to the team this year and is, I think, only going to continue to get better.
Now, again, the season basically can be broken up into four parts at this point for the way the schedule works. Non-conference, conference crossover, which is this weekend beginning. We'll get to that later. And then the first round of conference play, and then the second round of divisional play in the PSAC West. But we're about done at the first part there with the non-conference. But looking back at it, the season started off with a tip-off tournament over at West Liberty. Two teams you're very familiar with and short drives for you. First one was against Wheeling there. The season opener, KJ McClurg had 21, Keith Palak had 20, and you guys won 82-73. You had to like that as a season opening game there for the first time out, seeing how the team played.
Yeah, I thought offensively we played very well, moved the ball, had open shots, shot a good percentage. I thought we played good enough defense in the second half to get some breathing room from them in the second half and really take control of the game. So it was a good first win for the team, and it was always good to start the season with a win.
And the second game of the year against is a legitimate national, regional power, top 10 in the country every year. West Liberty, a team you're quite familiar with. You faced them a number of times when they've been number one, number two in the country, that type of thing. So you had the experience of what they look like. But again, for people who haven't seen them play, they play a very unique style of basketball and very high pace. But again, right there with them, they're top 10 in the country again preseason, a 94-85 loss.
Yeah, and the game was much closer than that. We played exceptionally well in the second half. We were down 16 in the first half, and we kept chipping away and cut it to a one-point game with about 3.5, 4 minutes left in the game, and they made two big threes. I was really proud of our fight that game. Obviously we want to win every game we play, but I thought we continued to battle and just kept playing. And with such a young team, I think that game has really helped us as we move forward.
Yeah, you referenced the second half there. You shot 8 of 14 from beyond the arc for 57%, so that helps cut into the deficit. And Jermaine Hall only played 20 minutes because of foul trouble, but he had 15 and 10. So you can see his athleticism really matched up well against West Liberty that game.
Yeah, and Jermaine's getting back into it, obviously having a year off with an Achilles tear and starting to get his rhythm. And he's an important player for us and played very well. Really in that second half, he got to play. He was in foul trouble the first half, and he was the difference. I think his plus-minus was like we were 15 with him in the game. So he brings a lot to us offensively and defensively.
And for the Hilltoppers there, it's one of those things. They're going to face one of the best players in the country in Bryce Butler, the reigning MEC Player of the Year, one of the All-Americans last year. Went for 35, had 14 and 21. It's one of those guys there. You're going to see players like that with IUP and different teams around the league, but it's good to get that kind of experience facing a high-level scorer like that early on in the year.
Yeah, he's a very talented player, scores inside and out, and he really did hurt us.
So then you come back home finally on November 15th against Lincoln from the CIAA. It's one of those games there, I'm sure, looking back on one of those you wish you had there. It was an 81-76 loss, but again, had the lead for a lot of the game and even late in the second half.
Yeah, we just, our youthness hurt us that game. We turned the ball over too many times to win the game. If we take care of the ball, I think we win that game by 15, 16 points. But, with the young team, obviously, we watched that film and we've learned from it since then. We've been able to cut our turnovers down considerably. But that was one that I thought we let get away from us, as a team. But, I think we learned a lot from that. And it's going to help us moving forward.
In that game, Halleck went for 28 points and 10 rebounds. Nice to get double-double. And then Cam had 20 points, 4 3-pointers. So it's one of those things. Those two guys really carried the way offensively in that contest.
Yeah, and we have some guys that can go for, big games. Keith, he's a hard guard. He can shoot it. He can put it on the floor. He can post up. He can score on offensive rebounds. Does a really good job. And then, Cam is just a terrific shooter as well as a scorer. And they both, they got it going. They had good looks, and they were able to knock them down for us.
And it's the thing, a young team, it's just sometimes undersized, depending on the lineup that's out there, but you finished with a 36-25 rebounding advantage. So that's something there you had to like from the positive aspect from that game there. Again, how you think when you plus 11 on the board, just one of those there, you think you're going to get a good chance to get a win.
Yeah, I really think if we just take care of the ball, we win that game by 16, 17 points. That was a frustrating loss for us.
But then you come back, another home game with West Virginia Wesleyan, one of those ones there, a nice get-back game, a 102-64 comfortable win with a lot of guys scoring in double digits in that contest. Cam had 22, KJ McCurg had 19, and then Caden Hanna, who we referenced before, off the bench had 11 and 8. So it's one of those, a lot of guys got some action in there and a lot of balanced scoring throughout.
Yeah, I just thought offensively we really did a good job that game. We shot it well, obviously, but we took open shots. We made the extra pass. When we do that, we're really hard to guard, and our defense was really solid that day as well. So I think we caught them at the right time. They had played Robert Morris the day before, so I think they were a little bit winded, and we came out ready to play and did what we needed to do.
Yeah, you referenced outside shooting. Their team finished 12 of 22 from the beyond the arc, and overall from the floor 60%. You shoot 60% in any contest, you have a really good chance, and you probably should come on the better half of the win.
Yeah, and that's just, making the extra pass. Our guys, this year we've done a good job with doing that, making the extra pass, and we've had some wide open threes that we've knocked down.
And then after that, it's a lengthy road trip. I know you referenced earlier, and MapQuest told me it was at least 1,200 miles, basically, this round trip. It's starting from here, going up to New Hampshire, one of the rare trips to Franklin Pierce. But it's, again, a team that we played last year here at the Convocation Center. I'm sure it's one of those things with the coach, you guys looking for games that will come to your place, we'll go to your place. Two teams that made the NCAA tournament last year, but both of them losing big pieces, at least one big piece, an all-region, all-American performer. So a little bit different look for this game than last year, and especially that kind of a road trip.
Yeah, but they're right there again. Picked up there at the top of their league. They got a lot of pieces back. They're an experienced basketball team where we had a chance to win that game. We just didn't get off to a good start, and I felt like we were chasing the entire game, and we were able to cut it to 1. We were able to cut it to 2. We were right there down the stretch and had a chance to tie it at the end of the game. I thought our guys battled pretty hard that game. I thought we played pretty solid against a good basketball team that game.
It's one of those things there, you got like the way the lineup is going right now, but all 5 starters in double figures. Again, Keith and KJ combined for 41 points. And in the second half, he made 7 3-pointers. So, again, that helps cut a deficit when you're down 10 at halftime. You should make that many 3-pointers. That deficit works its way down by the time the second half rolls around.
Yeah, and the important thing is, to make them is usually you're getting good looks. So, we're executing a little bit better in the second half on the offensive end than we did the first half. We just weren't ready to play. I don't know if it was the long road trip. We just didn't start the game the way we needed to.
So you're up in New Hampshire, and then Thanksgiving's coming up down the road, but you still got another game to play before you even get back home. So you leave from New Hampshire, go to Philadelphia, and play a Chestnut Hill squad that, again, Cal hasn't faced in a decade. So it's a team, again, not a lot of familiarity with, but, again, a lot of guys on your roster have connections to Maryland, New Jersey, Virginia. So I'm sure a lot of family like to be able to come up and see their sons play in that kind of contest and get a chance to see them play in a game that you guys won 90-64.
Yeah, and it was a great environment for us. A lot of parents, family, friends were able to make that being that Wednesday before Thanksgiving. People had off work, so I think that helped inspire our guys a little bit. But Chestnut Hill, picked to finish second in their league. I thought that was the best offensive game we've played this year. We really made some great passes on backdoor cuts, made some great, passes, extra passes to get open threes. I thought offensively we played very, very well, and we were able to play through some foul trouble. I thought our guys did a really good job with that as well.
Yeah, you referenced the idea of backdoor cuts. You guys scored 42 points in the paint, so you're getting a lot of good, easy looks, and guys are converting on that. And it's a game there. Cam, 23 points. Jermaine from Maryland. Baltimore, 23 points. DJ Slaughter, another out-of-state guy who's close to home there, had a really good game that game. 15 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Again, you talk about the DJ here this year. He was more of a six-man top guard off the bench last year, but he's really been having to slide in and be that point guard for the roster team, for the team this year.
DJ played great against Chestnut Hill. Took care of the ball. He had 0 turnovers, I believe, in that game as well. And just was very efficient offensively, set the table for his teammates, and is just growing with confidence and will continue to get better. DJ's, worked hard, didn't play a lot last year, and has been thrown into the fire this year and has responded pretty well thus far. And I could just see him getting better, getting more confident, and we need DJ to play very well this year.
Okay, well, we'll take a quick break here, and then we'll take a preview here when we come back about the PSAC crossover action starting this weekend.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why?
My.
Oh.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Hello, welcome back to this edition of the Dan Sancomb Show. I'm Matt Keifer, SID here at California with the Vulcans, and with me is head coach Dan Sancomb. Coach, again, had a Thanksgiving break now, so now we're shifting from non-conference play for the most part to beginning our crossover contest here with a lot of teams in the PSAC East, starting this weekend with a little bit of a nice, shorter road trip for you guys, with going to Shippensburg and then Lock Haven, two teams that are relatively close to each other, and again, about central part of the state. Shippensburg is one of those teams. It's one of the top in the East for the last 5 to 10 years. The coaches did a great job there. They had a great player graduate last year in Bliss, but they got a lot of pieces coming back this year.
Yeah, they're a talented team, veteran team. They have 4 starters back from last year. They present a lot of problems. They got bigger guards that post up and can score the ball, good athletes. Their big guys are able to shoot it and put it on the floor. So they're a difficult matchup, and most importantly, I think with Shippensburg is they defend very well. They make it tough on their opponents to get easy baskets, and if you're going to beat them, you're going to have to go in there and play well. And sometimes their best offense is them going and getting it on the offensive glass. So they present a lot of challenges that we're looking forward to have the opportunity to go up there and play.
And then one of those things is back-to-back games, so you get that. You play that night on 7:30 on Friday, then you got to drive to Lock Haven and play Lock Haven at 7:30 on Saturday. So they did less than 24 hours. You go from Shippensburg to Lock Haven and playing those back-to-back. But what have you seen so far on the Bald Eagles when you've seen them on crossover contests so far, film?
Yeah, I've watched them play twice. They got a good athletic team that defends and makes it hard on their opponents to score. And, they score in the post, and they're able to put the ball on the floor and create some matchup problems there as well. They defend very well. We'll have to be ready to play both games to get 2 wins on this road trip.
And again, looking at the roster so far, what you have, it's youthful, but Keith's seen some of the PSAC crossovers. Jermaine's been through this before. Then Cam, from the aspect of playing at Westchester last year, has the idea of what the East at least presents there. So it may be youthful, but you guys have at least seen some of these crossover teams before, and they have an idea what to look for when they face some of these opponents.
Yeah, it always helps when you've been there and played there, so that does help. And you talk about our youthfulness, when you're, playing, a freshman and, 4 sophomores and a junior pretty much, right there. I just feel like we have room to grow, and I think we'll, get some help coming back here soon. But, I really feel like, our team has really performed at a good level. I know 3-3 is not acceptable for us, but I just feel like I'm getting the most out of these guys. They're playing hard. They're practicing hard. I feel like we've gotten better, and I think we'll continue to get better if we continue to practice hard, because I think our youthfulness and grasping our concepts are starting to come, and I can see us getting better with that.
Well, again, Coach, thanks for taking the time today. Best of luck on the road trip here, and we'll be back here shortly. Not sure yet when. We got a couple games here, and then we got finals and everything coming up. But we'll be back here again sometime soon with the next edition of the Danny Sancomb Show. We thank you for watching today.